This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.
Hi, my name is Igor Kheifets, and this is The List Building Lifestyle, the only podcast which delivers cutting-edge conversion strategies from the online trenches straight to your earbuds. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. I also invite you to grab a free copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. And now, once again, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Welcome back to another edition of the List Building Lifestyle with your host, Igor Kheifets. When people hunt for high-quality traffic and leads, they focus on one aspect. They want buyers. Now, here's what they don't usually understand about buyers and about prospect psychology in general. Most people, they focus on one's ability to spend money. In other words, they're looking for people who have some. They're looking for people who are basically able to swipe a credit card and not feel it at the end of the month. And on one hand, that's the right way to go about it. However, there is another concept which almost everybody ignores, and that is why almost everybody fails when it comes to paid traffic, and that's simply the readiness of the prospect to buy from you. Now, this is different from his ability or her ability to buy, because it's not about the money. It actually has more to do with their psychology, with their mindset, with their vision, and with their perception of who you are and how can you help them solve their problems. So if you think of this in terms of a scale of 0 to 100%, then most people, they're hoping to find prospects that are somewhere between 90% and 100% ready to buy, which means they're looking for people who are literally walking around credit card in hand, looking somewhere to swipe it, right? So as soon as they see the ideal offer, they're gonna give you some money. And a very small portion of traffic, the very small portion of leads are like that. I call them the 10%ers, because 10% of any marketplace are those rabbit fanatics, those absolutely irrational people. Now, there's a good and a bad side to marketing to those people. First off, you don't have to be a great salesman and you don't have to have a great deal of proof in order to get their attention, in order to get their approval, and in order to get their money. However, it's just as easy to lose it, because these people turn around and they buy from somebody else just as quickly. They will ask for a refund quicker than somebody who spent about a month or two or maybe 6 researching you. And overall, these people are flaky. Now, again, if you are at the very early stages of your business, you should take that customer. I know that I would, and I still do, even at this stage in my business, because amongst those 10%ers, there are big ticket buyers. There are the people that are willing to spend not on one offer, not on 2 offers, but maybe even up to 10 offers with the same vendor if they like this vendor very much. However, we cannot ignore the fact that the majority of the marketplace, the majority of the people, the prospects in the marketplace that you'll ever going to encounter on the scale of 0 to 100% of readiness to buy are somewhere between 30 and 90% ready, meaning that you have to move them from being 30% ready to buy all the way to 90 and 100%. Now, this is done through marketing. That is what marketing is actually all about. And in case you don't know, and many people actually don't, which I was surprised to find out, marketing, by definition, is the delivery of the right message to the right prospect, to the right media, which means your message needs to create the vision for the prospect to see and decide that investing with you is the best thing they can do for themselves, their life, and their business. So this begs the question, okay, so if most prospects who land on my list are going to be 30% ready to buy, what do I need to tell them in order to move them from this point of 30% all the way to 90 and 100%? Well, that's simple. This is where your thinking has to change from what do I need to do, or what do I need to say, or what kind of benefit are they looking for, to what exactly is stopping my prospect from saying yes right now. This is where you get into the area that so many marketers either ignore or are aware of it existing and simply choose not to deal with, and that is objections. That is reasons not to buy. So you need to figure out and brainstorm, why are people not moving? Is it a life situation that just ain't right? Is it the financial situation that just, doesn't allow them to invest into anything right now because they're too broke to do it? Is it that they are so overwhelmed with technology that they will not invest into any business opportunity until they understand what a squeeze page is, for instance, right? It could be many, many different reasons. And to find out, you really have to get intimate with your marketplace, and you have to start studying the successful sales presentations and the unsuccessful ones to understand the good things and the bad things that work and don't work. Okay, so now that you know the difference between the two concepts of readiness to buy and the ability to buy, you now have the opportunity to identify each and every lead and treat that lead exactly the way the lead is supposed to be treated. So in other words, rather than trying to treat the lead or to perceive the lead you're getting as the way, the lead should be behaving, you can now accept the reality and say, okay, so this lead is roughly at 30% readiness to buy, which means I cannot pitch them right now. That will simply not be productive. Instead, I need to perhaps send them a video that overcomes the 3 most common objections, my potential prospect has about joining my business opportunity, and that might, move them towards the 50% mark. So now you got somebody who's moving on the scale towards the decision. They're with you, they're consuming your content, they're reading your emails, they're watching your videos, but they're still moving, and your job is to keep moving them, is to keep pushing them until you get them to a point where they're just need to be tipped off the fence, and they will usually do it on their own. And that is the right approach to converting paid traffic. It doesn't matter what the source is, be it Facebook ads, solo ads, my new traffic source, PPV traffic, JV traffic. There is no ideal traffic source that will deliver you 100% of the prospects who are 100% ready to buy. It just doesn't exist because there's so many people, and they're all in different places in their lives mentally, psychologically, emotionally, professionally, financially, and you have to accept this is truth and simply address each prospect as they come in. Now you might be thinking, okay, but how do I address any specific prospect if I am doing mass marketing, if I'm building a list? Well, this is the beautiful part about it, is that you have so many people on your list that each email can be addressing a very specific point in their journey, and there is no limit to the attempts for you to move people. And you'd be surprised that, how one small push for one person can actually lead to a giant leap for another. And, you're thinking you're moving somebody from 30 to 50%, but in reality what happens is you've just pushed somebody from 70% to 95%, and they're now ready to buy. So don't be afraid to experiment with your list. Don't be afraid to accept that most people out there are interested in what you got, but they're simply not ready right now for whatever reason that might be, and start hitting those reasons hard with your emails, with your videos, and with any content you're putting out. So thanks again for tuning in. This has been another edition of the List Building Lifestyle. I'm your host, Igor Kheifets. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to never miss an episode. Because who knows, just one conversion tactic we share on the show might double your list and double your business. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. And don't forget to claim your complimentary copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. This is Igor Kheifets, and until next time we talk, have a good one.
This is the podcastfactory.com.